Hi, guys. Welcome back to my live stream. Today, we're going to be talking about does money buy happiness? Now, I can go on and on about this topic. I just want to let you know, though, besides just talking about that, which we'll talk about in the end, I did promise one of my girlfriends, like, I came up with the idea of talking about this today. I mean, I eventually will talk about it because it's just a theme that constantly comes up naturally whenever I go shopping, whenever I'm just sitting by myself, like on my bed or about to go to sleep at night, like those thoughts will pop up in my head. And I feel like throughout my life, I've had different answers for it. I'll let you know my real thoughts afterwards. But I did hang out with my friend today and I was telling her about my recent shopping trips and how I know I'm a hoarder and I have way too many things. I buy way too much stuff. And my entire place is so crowded that you can already see it's very clustered. Like, this is pretty much my personality. I feel like when people ask me, like, how I would style a house in the future, like, what my style is, I can't really come up with it because I'm just very someone called me eclectic before. I had to look up what that means. So I think it's just like a bunch of random things placed together. And I think that is very correct for describing myself. And I think that's just my style. Like, I'll find something that I like and that's it. That's my style. I'll just put a bunch of things that I like together, which is not really great, in terms of, like, my hoarding personality. I just whenever I see something, I'll buy a lot of it. So, like, if I'm collecting figures, I'm gonna buy a bunch of figures. Right now, I have a bunch of Labubus, a lot of them that are unopened. So and then the stuff just adds up, it piles up, and then there's just so many different categories of things that I'm interested in. So, it becomes really messy really quick, but that's not the problem. Hoarding isn't just, okay, things look messy because they don't look like they're grouped in the same category, or as if they're in the same category, then it doesn't look messy because if you're hoarding, you just have too much stuff. So anyways, I was telling her that I have way too much stuff, but recently I went shopping and bought my SO and myself some Lululemon items, but I justify it because I do go to outlets for Lululemon. Lululemon is I've bought Lululemon items at regular price multiple times throughout my life, but recently I discovered that there is a pop-up shop. So if you are in Southern California, you can search Citadel. It's let me just double check actually before I give you the wrong address. Citadel, I'm pretty sure. Citadel? Okay. One time I called it Citadel, but it's Citadel. Citadel outlets in it says Outlet Mall in Commerce, California. There's over 30,000 Google reviews. Go check it out. So if you do want to get maybe certain brands that you usually shop for at the mall, like Lululemon, they have like I don't know. I think they have Boss there. There's Adidas, Nike, Gap, Disney. There's just like a bunch of different shops that are all outlets. So when I first discovered it, I think it was like a year or 2 ago at this Lululemon pop-up at Citadel, I asked them, I'm like, "Oh, so are you guys a permanent shop?" And they were saying that it was just a pop-up, like, they don't know when, I guess, the contract would be up or they would leave, but they're still there. So hopefully by the time you go, they're still there if you do wanna check it out. It is I wouldn't say it's like all $5, $10 items. If you're really lucky, you might find something for like 10 bucks, but usually when I go, I do find good deals there. So highly recommend if you are interested in Lululemon because obviously we all know it's very expensive and so I love deals. So I was telling her about it and she was like, "Oh, if you make like a Lululemon haul, I'll watch it." And this is my second channel, so of course I need the hours. I wanna say huge thanks to all of you guys that did actually subscribe or you hopped over from my main channel, link down below if you haven't seen it. But thank you guys so much for subscribing to the second channel of mine. I'll usually just be doing, like, very long chats, just talking by myself. But today, we're gonna chat about does money buy happiness? If you have something to add to it, comment down below or in the chat about how you feel about that. Um, well, let's get started with this little haul that I have. So first I'm gonna show you guys what I bought. To be honest, I forgot what I bought because I do have too many things, so I do end up forgetting, like, how much I paid for each item. I remember one good deal, though, is that it was 2 shirts for $40, so $20 each. So some of the shirts I was choosing was priced at, like, maybe $29 original, and then some of the shirts were, like, original price 40. So I felt like that was a pretty good deal. That was for, like, the female tops, like any T-shirt or, a tank top type of thing. But to be honest, I can't really even tell you how many I bought. I know I bought at least, like, 2 sets. So at least, like, I spent $80. So that would have been at least 4 pieces, like, 4 tops. Did I need 4 tops? Honestly, no, and by the way, this dress that I'm wearing right now is from TikTok. So I also have a TikTok shop haul, which I bought things from TikTok. I think it was shipped to me. I'm not even joking, like probably 7 months ago, maybe even 8 months ago. Okay, I got shipped this stuff like a long time ago from TikTok, and that is why I feel bad about buying so much things because I know I don't even need it because I clearly don't need it because I just shoved it in like the corner of my place and I didn't even look at it. I just know in my mind, I'm like, that box, those items, those are from TikTok shop, and I have no idea what's inside. So we're literally gonna be like looking at it together, and I'm gonna feel like it's Christmas or something because I don't even remember what's inside. Like I think there's shoes and maybe a necklace, like a pearl necklace, but I forgot. I know it was cheap though. So I'll show you guys what that is too. But first, let me do the Lululemon haul that I promised. So here we go. This is the life of a hoarder, guys, or a shopaholic. I don't know. I buy way too much stuff. So this is my bag that I got. It's not all me. And you know what the craziest thing is? I love these Lululemon bags because like every time I go on vacation, especially if I know I'm gonna go somewhere, but honestly, even for Vegas, like even if I'm just in Vegas for like 2 or 3 days, I love these bags because like I never know if I'm gonna like walk around somewhere and I need a bag, like or I don't know, maybe if I'm going somewhere on vacation and I need to go to like a convenience store and just or grab a bunch of waters or snacks. Like this is just really great. Or if I bring it from home, like it's just such a nice bag. So they don't just give you these bags for free. So of course I went to shop and then I get these bags. So to be honest, it's kind of crazy that I end up spending probably I know I spent more than $300 I think at Lululemon. Yeah. So I basically spent like $300 and I got like I asked the girl to give me as many bags as possible to like pack it separately, but she was like, "Oh no, we're like really low on bags." she's like, she's like, "We can't because like the manager's gonna get mad or something if we give away too many bags." And I was like, "Okay, just try your best. Thanks." I'm like, I literally came here for them. I'm paying like $300 for these bags. Just kidding, but she did a good job. I think she still gave me like 4 or 5 or whatever. But I love these. I love that there's like a little button here so you can kind of close it, but it just holds so much. Like it's just so strong. I don't know. I usually like I probably only paid for these bags, you know, when you're like at the grocery store and you literally can't hold any of your stuff. I only do it when I don't know, I'm in like a weird mood. Usually I would rather carry everything by my hand, like to the car and just throw it in the trunk and pay for one of those grocery store bags. But I have done it. But I was in a weird mood and then I regretted it afterwards. But yeah, sorry. This is also like a TikTok shop dress that I bought long time ago and I just shoved not in the same corner, but like at the end of my bed. And then today I just like could not find anything to wear. So I just yanked this one and it hasn't even been washed. I'm gonna wash it now that I've worn it outside. But it's really cute. I'm not really even wearing it properly. If you have worn these sundresses, then you could probably tell like this is the yeah, that is the boobage area, and I'm wearing it above it. So maybe this dress doesn't actually fit, and I don't even think that's how you're supposed to tie it. So I couldn't figure out how to tie it. There's 2 strings in the front, and there's only 1 string at the back. So I'm like, I don't even know. I'm just wearing it randomly. But yeah, I'm too lazy to go and like look back on TikTok and try to find the model and how they wore it. So, anyways, this is my Lululemon haul. This is not okay. So this is I did not buy. This is just another pair of Lululemon pants that my SO got like as a gift. So that does not count. I'm gonna throw that to the side. I just put it together because it's all Lululemon stuff. Oh, okay. So these are right. So at Citadel, I also bought him like Levi's. Might as well just talk about these two. So I also bought him these Levi t-shirts. I thought that was a pretty good deal. It was also like buy two. I think it was it buy one get one? No, I think it was buy one get one 50% off or something like that. Something along those lines. And regular price is MSRP. He's a medium, $29.50, but it doesn't matter if you know. So it's actually it could fit me. I could wear this too. Anyways, so I got him this, and it was I'm pretty sure the second was like 50% off. So $30. One would be 30, the next would be like $15. So this is the first one. I like the blue. I've realized that like for him, there's just certain colors that don't look good. So I choose his outfits. And I'm like, you can't wear that color. Like beige just doesn't really look good on him unless it's like a really light beige. But like a more darker beige just doesn't really look good. And then I also chose this lighter blue color. And this one is also, oh yeah, I think the reason why I wanted to go to Levi's is because I was looking for more cotton, like more cotton in the t-shirts. Because at one point he was buying for himself like these really, really cheap t-shirts, and they were like $3. And they're like 100% polyester. Nothing wrong with like polyester, but I prefer not to have as much like basically like plastic stuff and like fake chemical stuff on the body. I'm trying to go for like more natural. So let me see if these are 100% cotton. There has to be some cotton in here, or else I wouldn't have bought it. 100% cotton. Yes. See that? 100% cotton. So that's one of the reasons why I got it. And I honestly do feel like, hey, so recently I've always felt this way where I'm like, you just feel better when you're wearing like, what is that thing made of flax seeds? I think it's linen. I think linen is made of flax seeds. Correct me if I'm wrong though. By the way, smash the like button if you haven't already on this video. Thank you. Yeah, I think flaxseed linen is made from flax seeds or some type of seeds. So at one point, like I would like feel better when I'm wearing like more natural stuff or like silk or cotton, but I never really thought about why. And then this random TikTok video popped up for me, and it was talking about how like there's energy to the clothing that you wear on your body. And then when you wear a lot of like plastic and polyester, you're basically having something that's kind of like dead, no energy, or like bad energy on your body, on your skin. So it's like, I don't know, it's not as vibrant. I can't really explain it. It goes a little more scientific. Again, believe what you will. This is just what I heard on a TikTok, a video, very short. But I understood it in my own way, where I do believe there is energy to everything. And I believe that everything that we see and feel, the plants have energy, animals have energy, humans have their own like energy levels. And I think that's why sometimes like someone's vibe just doesn't mix with yours. So I really believe in that, like the aura of someone. And I think like clothing also has like a form of energy in the sense where I'm wearing something like cotton or more natural, I just feel better. And then I just don't feel as good if I'm wearing like literally all plastic. Like I could wear a plastic bag, but I'm just not going to feel that great in it. Not because it's cheap in a plastic bag, but because it's plastic. Like the feeling of it is like, I don't want to say dark energy. It's not dark energy. It's just like no energy. Yeah, that makes more sense. So it's like no energy. Anyways, I like this color too. I would like it on myself. So I got that. That's from Levi's though. Oh my gosh. Oh, never mind. This is like just like a whole bag. I just used the Lululemon bag, but there is Lululemon stuff in here. It's just other stuff from Citadel. Like when I went shopping there for him. These are Levi's. I don't think these were, no, I think everything I got him was on discount. I don't like to buy full price usually. So these are Levi jeans. They're black. And they're like, I think just a tad stretchier because he doesn't like really, really tight pants. Something, it says slim. I forgot how much these were. What is the regular price? Doesn't really say. Honestly, I forgot. I think their jeans here are usually like, I want to say probably like $50 at least for these jeans. And then it was probably like a buy one, get the next one 50% off situation, or maybe buy the next one at least 30% off or some type of percent off if you buy a second one, because obviously I bought a second pair. So there's two pairs here, and I also got him a blue one. I don't know. He likes like really simple stuff. So I get him things that are like just simple and not like a giant Supreme logo on it. Not that there's anything wrong with it if that's what you like, but he just doesn't really like the logos. I don't have a huge problem with it. Like I love certain brands. So if it's like Chanel or like LV, I'm okay with like, actually, no, I don't want a giant t-shirt that says LV. But I would be okay with like the Takashi Murakami, like the color, like the bag that I have. I don't mind like a shirt with all that colorful like LV symbol all over it, but prefer not to just like have a random brand. It depends on if you like the brand. Like Coach is okay for me. I don't think I want to wear a shirt that just says COACH. But it's okay if you do. Oh, so this one's from Lululemon. I bought him another pair. So like I felt like he didn't have enough like dress pants. So I got him this one. This one I think was like on the pricier side. Okay, so see, $69. Final sale though. So if you buy this from the Citadel outlet from Lululemon, you're not going to be able to get your money back from it. It's a final sale. But this is called the ABC Classic Fit Pant. And it has like a little bit of a stretch, and it just looks really good. Like sometimes I see like male pants. I just don't like it that much. And this one, because it's from Lululemon and I never really seen dress pants from it, I thought it was really interesting. And this just like, it just looks like regular pants, but it looked like it was comfortable. So I got him this as well. And I think this is such a good deal because I think regular price is like, I don't know, it's not showing here, but I swear regular price is obviously over 100 because even some of their leggings are like $120 starting. So got him these for only $69, which I think is a great deal. I got nothing like, I think they do have regular price stuff, honestly, at the outlet too, but almost everything there's like a deal. Oh, and I really like this one. So this one is for, oh, see, this is the regular price. It was $88, and then this is for $59. I just like it. I mean, it's not the cutest shirt for guys, but I liked it on him, and I think this was interesting. It's just like the fabric. You have to like see the fabric up close to understand it. It has like little tiny miniature holes in it, so it's almost like a little see-through with the holes. So I felt like the fabric was really like breathable. It's not just like completely 100% covered. It's a little bit like meshy. See, I can see the light like going through it. And it is made of, unfortunately, it does have polyester, which I was kind of like not trying to get, but almost everything. Like they had something I think was like 100% silk at Lululemon, but almost everything I felt like was a little bit of polyester. So what you're going to do, I do like the stretch. So it's kind of like the polyester and the elastic does help with the stretch. So this one is polyester and some type of elasting. So don't see any cotton in here, but I like it. I like that it's like a light, interesting green, different. And then you can wear this to like a dressier spot or just honestly like go to the beach or just like more of a chill day. So I like that it was versatile, or it could look like you're just going on vacation. So I thought that was like an interesting option. And every now and then I feel like guys need to have like a little bit of a collar. Yeah. Sometimes it's like just t-shirts, it's okay, but sometimes you need a collar. Oh my gosh, I have a lot. What else is there? I got this for him too because I wouldn't buy myself just like a random black t-shirt. This is from Under Armour and it's MSRP at $25. I forgot the deal for this, but there for sure was a deal. I don't think I paid like full price $25. Let's see if there's there's a second one. Okay, if there's a second one, I think there was probably a deal. I forgot the deal though, but I definitely didn't pay just exactly $25. It was probably one of those like buy one, get one with a slight discount. So this is like a little bit, what is this? Oh my gosh, am I going colorblind? I can't even tell. I feel like it's like yellowish, but then it's also a little bit beigey toned. It's like a light beige. It's a light beige. Again, I don't think he looks that great with like beige, but dark beige is the worst for him. Light beige is okay. This is almost like a white eggish beige. At least that's what I'm seeing here. Again, all sizes medium. I like it when you just like, with guys, it's so much easier. With girls, like I can wear a lot of mediums, but then I can also like wear a small dress, and I can also wear like a large in some cases skirt or like a top. So it all depends for girls. I think it's harder to shop for girls than it is guys. And this is just like black one. And I think I was aiming for also cotton, but I'm not sure if I got this for cotton. It's really loose and just like one of those simple things. And I think like these t-shirts, honestly, because they're only like $25. So after you wear them, if it goes bad or it gets like too stretchy, then he can just throw it out. It's like not a big deal. Okay, so cotton, 60% cotton and 40% polyester. So again, I was aiming for more cotton, but these days, man, it's not that easy. You have to like actually try. Okay, so I don't think I spent that much at Lululemon then, because I think overall I spent more than 300. I don't think I actually spent exactly 300 at Lululemon because that was 69 and I don't know, 50 something, right, for the pants and the shirt. What else? Oh, okay, the rest I guess is all my stuff. Okay, so again, I remember they were saying that you get 2 tops. Like I actually didn't know this. Like I was just going to buy the top with whatever price that I saw on the tag, and then the girl was like, "Oh no, it's 2 for $20." So then I ran back and got more. Because who wouldn't? So I think, yeah, it says like final sale $24. So when I first saw this, I know it looks kind of flimsy. I don't know why I was very attracted to this. Oh, this moves. Look at that. The tee back, like it moves. Anyways, I was okay with $24. I was just interested in this top. But then when I like took it to the front, they were like, "Oh, why don't you grab another one because it's 2 for $40." Let me know if you're one of those people that would then go grab another one, or you just be like, "Nah, it's enough. It's enough that I just wanted this for $24." And then you pay your $24 and you go on your merry way. Because I have never turned down. I've never turned that down. Almost every single time, if that happens to me, and like one shirt is $25 and they're like, "Girl, go to the back and get yourself another one, and two will be 40, I will grab another one." But honestly, that's like, it looks so simple and flimsy. Like, I don't really like flimsy stuff because it makes it look cheap. Like, you see the wrinkles? I don't really like that. But I kind of like this color. Like, it's almost like an olive green. I like this olive green, and I think it's cool because, well, I just realized now that after I bought it, you can move the back. Not that you really need to, because that's just the backside, but I like that the backside is open. Like, that's neat. Maybe you can wear it like, no, that would be weird. I was like, you can wear it like, no, 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 no. You want to wear it like this. So I like this. And I think it must have some type of, the material is very like smooth. So I think there was something interesting in here that I liked. Yes, I knew it. 86% modal, MODAL. I think I'm saying that right. I might be saying that wrong. And 8% silk and 6% elastane. So the material in it is interesting. That's why I wanted it. Modal, like I had this shirt I bought from Aritzia a while back. It was 100%, I think, modal. And I think, don't quote me, I looked at modal before. I swear it's made of some type of like woody fiber thing. So again, from a plant. So it makes me feel better. But that 100%, I think it's modal shirt. Modal? 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 Modo? I don't know. See, my English is terrible. Okay, so the shirt that I got, it was like all white, and it was like this really, really stretchy, comfortable material. But this is even stretchier because it has the elastane in it. So yeah, that's why I was very attracted to this shirt. I was like, I have to have it because it just feels so good on the skin. Like, it's so breezy and light and perfect. So that was part one of the $40. And then this was also another top that I think I was just gonna get without knowing that it was buy two for $40 at Lululemon. But then, okay, but then I was like, I'm gonna get it mixed with another shirt. But I was gonna get this on its own too. I was like contemplating it. This was also, see, regular price 58. Oh my god, yeah, I wouldn't pay $58 for this if it was like regular price 58, but it was $24, and I thought it was 24. But obviously, I was way happier that it was two for $40, so $20 each. I just like Lululemon's quality. Do I love the color and do I love the pattern? Honestly, no. Like, it's really weird. It's because I have like other Lululemon tanks like this, like just very long tanks, that I feel it goes really well with just like short shorts. If you're gonna like go and play tennis or badminton, it's just like a nice type of top to have. So I have similar types that's just like full black. So I'm like, oh, let me get something colorful. But to be honest, I probably like it if it was just like full black, or if it was like full white, or like a full light baby pink or baby blue. This is not my favorite color. I don't know. Maybe it just doesn't look that great on me. Like, I feel like this color would look better maybe on someone else with like a different skin tone. It just doesn't really see, like the blue and the white looks good on me, but not so much this. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not hitting. It's just, it's not perfect for me. For me, that is. I can't pull it off that well. Or maybe it's the black with this magenta purplish color. Either way, though, I like the fact that it's like very meshy here, and obviously very silky, very stretchy. And I don't have that much cheetah print, probably because I just don't really like cheetah prints that much. I think like growing up when I was younger, like I would see all the shows with like just these 70-year-olds like from China, like a lot of shows with like 70-year-olds from China wearing like like a lot of leopard stuff, but then like in the shows they would portray them as people that weren't fashionable. So I think like because my mom would watch shows like that, and then I'll sometimes like watch it as a kid, it like made me think that it was like not fashionable to wear leopard stuff, like animal print stuff. So it was just like brainwashed, ingrained in my mind. So that's not really true. I don't think that that's true, because I think like you could wear whatever you want, but it just doesn't look that great on me, in my opinion. But I still want some, because I don't have a lot of it. So I still like to keep some random leopard pieces. And this has like little cute dots here. Of course, a little Lululemon logo at the back. if you care. That's a whole other topic for another day. Like with this whole tariff situation, there were all these videos. People were saying that like Lululemon stuff is just made in China for like super cheap, like a tenth of the price or like even less than that. And people are like, why do you want to buy like Lululemon stuff? And for me, it's, I don't care. Like even if, and of course Lululemon's like, no, we don't like make all our stuff in China. Like some things are, but not all of it. I think that's what they were saying to the press. To me, it's like, I don't care. Even if Lululemon does make all their items in China, or they make all their items in France or Italy, which would be way more expensive. It doesn't matter really where Lululemon makes their stuff. To me, it's just like, if I like it and I think the quality is good, and why I am a returning customer after all these years for Lululemon is, I kid you not, I literally have these leggings. They're like stretchy leggings from Lululemon. I probably had them for like almost 2 decades. And they're still good. They're still like super stretchy, comfortable, and they look like I've had them for like 5 years. And I threw them in the washing machine so many times. So I know they have good products. And usually I don't have to throw out my Lululemon stuff because usually they don't really break. Okay, next up. Oh my gosh, I don't even remember buying this. See, that's how ridiculous I am. Like how I shouldn't go shopping anymore. Okay, seriously, I hope this video like that I'm making for you guys either inspires you to stop buying things that you don't need, or hopefully at the end of this, I ingrain it in my mind that I'm ridiculous and I need to just stop, because I need to save more money in the bank. Yeah. I need to save more money in the bank. So this is a size 6 because, oh, right. Another thing, if you do want to go to the outlet, just remember that obviously it's an outlet. So there's a lot of items over there that probably the best ones, like the more average sizes, I would say. Like, for example, it was like medium is a very average size, right? But it was so hard for me to find my SO, any medium male shirts, any medium t-shirts. It was so hard for me to find. I'm like a size 6. 4, I could push it for a skirt or a skort, but usually I'm like 4 or 6. And those are popular sizes because they're literally, it was so hard for me, like in a rack full of skirts and skorts and shorts at Lululemon for girls. It was so impossible for me to find anything that fit me. So, and then same with tops. There was so much like size 12, size 13, or like super, super large sizes. So you're really going to have to dig through, or you get one or the other. You get either super, super large sizes, or you get super, super tiny, like XXS type, like size 0 type of like skirts. So it's not like you can't find anything great. You just maybe have to show up at the right time, get lucky, or just dig through a pile of a lot of other clothing. So this one, okay, why did I get it? I forgot, honestly. Oh my God, for real? Did I honestly don't even remember. Why did I buy this? This is size 6, which is kind of big, and it says $59 final sale. That's $60. Why did I pay $6? I'm so confused, guys. I honestly forgot. So it's 78 and it says it's 56. Unless this is one of the $20 deals. That doesn't even make sense. Oh, maybe I got it for 20. I don't know. The only way I can think of justifying this is if I bought it for 2 for 20, which I might have, because there's one more top in here. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. There's 2 more tops in here. So I think I might have just paid, yeah, probably a little too much for this. I don't know what got into me. Honestly, I forgot. But you could see like the Lululemon sign in the front. And I have something similar to this already in white, but like a size 4. This is a size 6. So it's a little bit on the bigger side. Let's see here. It's a little stretchier for me. But maybe I like the material. Let me see. Oh, it's nylon, polyester, and elastane. So no, it doesn't even have the modal or anything in there. I'm honestly clueless as to did I actually, like, I'm shook right now if I actually pay 60, because I don't think it's usually normal for me to be okay with paying $60 for like a shirt for myself. Like I know I bought one for my SO because I think it's harder to shop for guys, but usually I don't think I would pay $60. So maybe it was like at a better discount and I just forgot and it doesn't show on the tag. I hope so. It is a really comfortable, stretchy top though. And this is something like I would wear on a hike, like if I want to cover up a little bit from the sun. And I also just like bright pinks. I like baby pinks and bright pinks. So I'm a little disappointed in myself if I actually bought this for $60. I'm hoping there was some type of a discount, but I'm too lazy to go and look through my Fetch rewards or whatever. So if you don't know what that is, I usually take pictures of my receipts and I upload it on Fetch rewards because they give you like a little bit of, it's not like it's like a cashback gift reward thing. So sometimes I get like points and then the points add up and you can get like an Amazon gift card or whatever. So I upload my receipts. So it's somewhere in there. And then I just throw out my receipts. Yeah, that's the only way I could figure out how much I actually pay for that, but I'm just too lazy to do that. By the way, guys, if you do want to get a deal, because if you're watching this, maybe you also love deals like me and you're in America, you can use inKIND, which is an app that my friend showed me, and you can get $25 off of your next meal using my link pinned to the top of this stream and down in the description below. And why I use inKIND app myself is because I actually didn't really believe it until I tried it myself, but you can go and dine at their like affiliated restaurants. So some restaurants that if you didn't use the app, you just go in there, you pay regular price. But if you use the inKIND app, you can get like up to 20% cash back in the app. And then you can use those dollars towards your next meal at another inKIND restaurant. So might as well check it out. To me, I will never pass up a deal. So this is, I just like this because it's baby pink. So this is just like a simple baby pink tank. But this was something that I think I paid. Oh, this is the other one. Because like, remember how I got the other two tops, 2 for $40. So this is another one of the 2 for $40s. But I kind of just like grabbed at it. Like these were not actually on my to buy list. I went to the counter fully thinking like I was just going to buy what I was going to buy. But then when she's like, oh, it's 2 for $40. And then I just went nuts and I just like ran back. And it's the worst actually. Like now that I think about it, when a salesperson tells you, oh my gosh, it's 2 for $40 and you go and run back, because like I feel bad about the fact that I'm technically holding up the line, because it's not like they end your bill or like give you a receipt and then they tell you to wait. They're not going to transact another transaction for another customer until you're done. So I had to like and go to the rack and I like found what I wanted really, really quick. Like I probably did this within like less than 2 minutes. I just grabbed it and then I went to the front and I paid for it. So yeah, probably not the best idea. It's like forcing me. I mean, I forced myself. Nobody forced me. I had to force myself to go find something that I wanted. But isn't this so cute? Okay. I like this because it reminds me of just cotton candy. I mean, it's not that special, but it's just like pink. It's baby pink. And again, this is more of like a sporty thing, but I like to wear sporty things. Like, I'm not going to be wearing this every day at home. So usually I would just like to wear like something really simple. If I'm not doing a video or a stream, or sometimes when I even do a stream or like a random short video, I'm just going to wear like something really random and have my hair up. And if I'm not making any videos or not seeing anyone, I actually prefer to just like have no makeup on. That would be like me. I'll just look really baggy, really. Oh, this was a good deal. I was going to buy this anyways, I think, because it was $44 and $29 was the regular price. But I didn't have to pay $29 because at the Citadel Mall that I'm talking about, you can get 2 tanks. I don't know if they're still doing this deal, by the way. I went there less than 2 weeks ago, so good luck if you do want to check it. You could probably call them and ask if they're still doing the deal. Hopefully they have the big bags, because I'd be really mad if I went there and they only gave me small bags, because I'm like there for the bags. Like I'm there to pay for my stuff so they could give me my big shopping bags. It comes in white and red, so this one's red, but I also like the white one. This is made in Peru. Oh, so Pima cotton is apparently better than regular cotton or whatever. I don't really know the difference, to be honest. Like, I don't even know what Egyptian cotton is. Like, I'm assuming it's just really, really high quality cotton from Egypt. But one of these days, I would like to buy myself 1,000 or 10,000 thread, I don't know, 1,000 thread something, Egyptian cotton bed sheets, because that's what they have at like fancy hotels. And I could sleep forever. And I'm so comfortable in like the hotel. Maybe it's something in the air. I don't know. I'm just so comfortable when I sleep at hotels. So I eventually want to get that if I have my own place one day and like get a nicer bed and have nicer shades and all that. So this one, it says it's designed in Vancouver, made in Peru, 100% Pima cotton. So I think that's also like some sort of a higher quality cotton, but it is see, that's confusing. It always confuses me. It's like 100% Pima cotton, but then you look down and it's like 98% Pima cotton, 2% elastane. So then it's like, bro, just say it's 2% elastane. It's not 100% like Pima cotton, because technically there's something else in here to make it stretchy. Whatever. I like this because I like the color. See what I mean? Like some colors just look better. I don't really understand the color theory. I've seen like these Korean vloggers talk about skin tone and like what your color wheel is and how you should wear either gold jewelry or white gold jewelry, or if you should wear like what colors to best suit you or where your hair color should be. I've watched other people and like celebrities do those color theory things and they pay for a professional to tell them. I've also seen TikTok filters that kind of like tell you what your color theory is. I kind of believe it because I think like recently when one of my friends told me that I should not be wearing as much yellow gold as white gold because white gold is more for my skin tone. I forgot what kind of skin tone she told me I was because she was saying it in Chinese. But I think that she was right because after she said that, I was like, I always liked yellow gold or just like white golds. And obviously I like sparkly rhinestones, diamonds, or whatever. But I do realize that like, I don't think it's just because she said it. I do find that white gold for my skin tone, it makes it pop more. Whereas, see, if I was wearing a necklace in the yellow gold, it's maybe like more similar to my skin tone. So it's like warmer. Therefore, it doesn't, there's not as much contrast. It's like if my hair color right now was like a light beigey brown, you're not going to notice the contrast between my eyebrows and my eyes and like my skin color. So that's why like I prefer not to like even tan anymore. When I was younger, I like dye my hair blonde and I like tan because I thought that was cool. Um, but now I grew up and I'm like, no, I think like my natural hair color goes better with like a paler complexion almost. I don't need to tan more just because then I'll be like, I wouldn't have as much of a contrast. So I do believe in kind of color theory. If it depends on, or you can just wear whatever you like. I think at the end of the day, even if someone told me like, oh, red looks horrible on you or whatever, but if my mom says red is good for feng shui, which she does, I'm just gonna wear red. I don't care. I'm more about like feng shui at the top and like luck on the top, and then what looks good on me, what other people say looks good on me, and then also like what I really like. I think all of that matters. Doesn't matter which one is most important to you. So yeah, this is my baby pink top that I only paid $20 for because it was two for $40. This one, you know what? I actually like a lot, even though I chose it in like a millisecond. So check it out. Another Lululemon top with a lot of holes here. So it just feels like simple, breezy, and it's kind of like a crop. I like crop tops. I actually buy a lot, but then I just like I get a little guilty to be honest because I'm like, I want to work out and get the summer body, which I never really succeeded on. So I have to wear like I would love to wear like a low rise skirt or shorts or jeans and then wear an actual crop top like crop to here and then like have like a very slim stomach to show off. That's like been my dream since I was like really young. And I've never properly done that. Maybe for like a millisecond when I like actually stuck to my diet and like try to work out. But usually I don't. So I'm always trying to like cover the belly area. Um yeah. One of these days I will. So I end up buying so many like tops that are like kind of short in the front or like even tops that are even shorter. And then I just don't end up wearing it. Or if I do wear it, I'm like wearing it and then I'll wear like a jacket over it to like actually cover up everything. Or I'll wear a cardigan. Or I'll wear like a very high waisted like skirt or skirt to cover up my stomach because I'm like, I don't want to see that. Like I don't want to see it for myself until I'm like proud of like my work, you know, like if I worked out and I felt like I was really fit, or that I lost the weight that I wanted to lose. So one of these days I will do that. But I just really like this tie-dye feel. It gives me like 60s hippie vibes. I don't know, kind of into that lately. So this one's really cute. I don't know what, and it's really, really comfy material. I'm sure. Oh, it says to die for. I bought my Esther like a shirt like this too. It's like I think every shirt is different. It says, you're one of a kind, and so is this garment. The dyeing effect we use produces a slightly different result every time. Like denim, the dye of this garment can rub off. Wash separately. Okay, I'm glad that I read this with you guys because I was just going to throw this in the washing machine. um, Wash separately to prevent the color from altering your other clothes. Okay, noted. I hope I can memorize this. I'm just going to wash it with like cold water myself later. But that's really cute. I think this might be like one of my favorite tops. Like, not that this color complements me the best, but it kind of does. It's nice. It goes well with like my necklace. All right. So, oh, which by the way, I think I talked about this in like, sometimes I got this watch band as like PR and I really, really like it because it's magnetic. So it's very convenient. But sometimes I get my hair stuck like right there. And I have to be very careful not to yank it because I like pulled out a lot of hair. So now I'm just like, I just have to be patient and like untab it. But I still love it because it's very convenient. Um, Shout out to Ben Ledick. That's where I got this watch band from. Um, yeah, I really, really like this one. I think it's one of my favorites. I want to see what material it's made of. I don't think my friend's gonna watch all of this. This video has gone on very long, but I appreciate for any of you guys that are here and support my second channel. Made in Sri Lanka, 68% nylon, 29% polyester, and 3% ecstatic nylon. What the heck is ecstatic nylon? If you know, then I don't know. You're probably very good at English, way better than me. I don't know. It literally says X-static nylon. It sounds like it's very excited nylon to be here. Okay, so that's my whole. Oh wait, and never mind. We're not done. That was like I was talking about my. I thought everything in here was Lululemon because this is like, yeah, probably like 2 weeks ago at least. But it's a bunch of other stuff, all from Citadel Mall though, that I bought for me and my son. So we're almost done. This is the last little piece. The last little piece that I bought. And it's for me. So I guess I spent more on myself than I did him. Or mine are cheaper actually. But because they're like 2 for $40. I know whatever price this is. That says $49. But it wasn't. It wasn't. You know what? It wasn't. I know I didn't pay $49 for these because I swear it came from a rack that was like either 25 or 30. I did not spend $49 on this. I think it was maximum $30, honestly, because I remember I looked forever and it took me forever to find a size 4 because like I said, everything was either like size 00 or size like 13 or 12 or whatever. And it was either too big or too small. And 4 is the only one I can kind of squeeze into. Like, to be honest, I think I'm more of a size 6 than I am a size 4. But these are so cute, right? I don't know what the color is really called. It kind of looks like a light lavender mauve style. This is a very short shorts, but I like it because it always has like, I think these are called like a safety short, or I don't know. It looks like a bikini bottom on the bottom, but it kind of protects, like, I guess, from you if you were to jump around or like play badminton or something. Nothing pops. Of course, you have can't forget the logo on the side. So yeah, overall looks really comfortable as all their other items are. And this one was, yeah, it was definitely a deal. I swear it was like $30, maybe even 25. Honestly, it was like cheap. 86% recycled polyester. Yeah, lycra, polyester, elasting. So I like this one. And that's it. That's everything. That's everything from my Lululemon. Well, overall, the entire Citadel mall shopping experience. Oh, you know what's annoying is that when I was shopping, it was actually like, I don't know about you guys, but I love going to the mall and I love shopping, but I almost think that the experience of window shopping is like better than actually purchasing a lot of things, because I feel like when I go and I window shop, like back when I had like no money to buy anything and I was like working at a mall at one point in my life, I always was so jealous when I saw people walking around with like their Tiffany bags, their blue bags, and like their Cartier red bags. Mm, and I just remember thinking like, oh man, it would be so nice to like buy all these things in the mall instead of like working at the mall, blah, blah, blah. And I can't wait to be rich, blah, blah, blah. And then now, honestly, truly, I think every time I go shopping, I get so tired because like when you're at the mall, if you're just window shopping, you're not gonna buy anything. You're just enjoying the AC, walking around, and just, like, looking at nice things, and, like, the vibe is still good. Maybe there's, like, a lotion sample somewhere that you're trying, but when you're buying stuff, honestly, it's kinda tedious. Like, you have to first off, you see something, you like it, you grab that shirt, and then you have to, like, carefully inspect like every part of that shirt, because you're like, what if somebody tried it on and like a stitch is off, or there's like makeup stains, which is terrible, but this happens all the time on the shirt. So I feel like when I'm shopping, it's like you have to you have to like do your DD. You have to actually inspect the thing that you're buying, and then Well, actually, no. I find the thing that I like, and then I'm like, "Is that even my size?" And if it's not, then you have to dig through the piles for your size. And then after you find your size, then you have to let me know if I'm the only crazy person that does this and you guys just grab the things you like and you just leave. But for me, like, I have to find the thing that I like, and then I have to find the size that I like in that item, and then I have to inspect it and see if there's any stitches coming off, any makeup rubbing on, and let's say if that is the only piece and it has stitches coming out or there's a hole in it or something, and I still like it, I'll probably take it up to the manager or, like, whoever's working at the counter. I'll be like, "Do you guys give a discount?" Which, by the way, recently, I feel like 10, 15 years ago, people would be like, "Yeah, you get a 10% off, blah, blah, blah," and then now, like, for the last decade of my life, I feel like when I ask people that, even if it's the last item, or even sometimes it's like a pair of shoes. And it's a pair of shoe that like one of the shoes is on the rack and people are like trying it with their dirty feet and socks. They don't give you a discount anymore. They're just like, well, if you want it, like that's it. I'm like, what kind of I don't know. If I was running a business, that's not how I'd be doing it, okay? Like, there has to be a price for a brand new item, and there should be a price for what is on the rack. Actually, if it's just a model, like a shirt or a jacket that's on a model, that's different from like a shoe, like a running shoe, where like if I'm buying both, like I'm buying both the feet, like the shoes of the sneakers, and then people have tried on the soles and, like, the bottom of the rubber for the like, one of the shoes is, like, literally dirty on the bottom. How are you charging people the same exact price as a new pair that you no longer have at the back? Like, that just doesn't make sense to me, but that happens all the time now that I've just given up. And if someone's gonna sell me that and they're not gonna give me a discount on it, I'd rather go to another store and or, like, wait for them to get it in stock and just get a brand new one because I just can't justify that for myself. But yeah. So anyways, aside from finding the shirt, the one that you like, the right size, making sure it's perfect, which is already a little bit, like, mentally tiring. I also find it stressful, and again, I think this is, like, a first world problem. When you like, okay, you grab a lot of the things, and before you pay for it, I also like, if I'm with my man, it's like, at least I have him to, like, help me hold the stuff. Sometimes when I'm by myself, it's just like, I'm just holding everything on my own, and yeah, they give you bags, but it still gets tiring. So, I think the overall process of, like, actually shopping, and even if you're down to spend a lot of money, it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, it's just like, it is kind of stressful, I just realized. And I've put myself through that, like, so many times too, including what I just did and buying all this stuff. So it's almost more enjoyable to buy things for other people. And oh, and then the other step of after you buy all these things, not only are you taking a hit at the bank, because I'm talking from the perspective of someone who's not super crazy wealthy, because you won't feel this if you're like multimillionaire or whatever. So for me, it's like after I get all the stuff and I bring it back home, then it hits. Or like on the drive back, it hits. I'm like, oh my God, I just spent so much money. Like, oh my God, that was like half of somebody's like rent, you know? Or like that was I don't know, a trip to Italy or something. So, I do end up feeling bad about spending so much money afterwards too, so then it's just, like, the guilt that you end up feeling because you blew so much money, which you won't feel if you go window shopping. You actually feel pretty good after you go window shopping because 'cause you're like, "Man, I didn't buy anything. Like, I'm so strong." So, I also feel a little bit bad about that, and then the last thing that bothers me after shopping, so this is, like, I guess, the things about even when you, like, money buy happiness, like, does money really buy happiness though, or are you just buying yourself more trouble? Are you just buying yourself more stress, like creative stress that you think is good, but maybe it's not actually that great? So the last part, the like this all this stuff looks great. I'm happy. Like I am honestly truly really still thankful and grateful that I am in the position in life to go out and shop and buy these things without feeling like I can't pay for food or shelter tomorrow. Like I'm really really grateful for that. But also being able to buy stuff for people I love, like, that also makes me really happy. Usually, if I were to go to, like, China or something, like, for a vacation, I've bought for my family in China, like, from this outlet many times before because they don't have a Lululemon outlet in China, I don't think. So I get them, like, deals and sometimes, like, Nike shoes and all that. Um, so yeah, it's also great. I think it's a better feeling when you shop for other people, to be honest. But anyways, back to shopping. The last little thing that annoys me when you buy for yourself, this only happens when you buy for yourself, not so much when you buy for other people because 'cause you're just gonna give it away, and then it's gonna be gone, poof, you never have to think about it. It's more like when I'm buying things for myself, I have to cut out all these tags. Like, it is not you're like, "Oh, you're so lazy, Lucy, like, why can't you just, like, cut it off?" The fact that there is a pile of clothing here, it kind of gives me stress knowing that, like, I have to cut it off, throw it out, kind of a waste, and then I have to one of them was tie-dye, so I have to wash it by hand. I usually this dress aside, certain moments, I usually always wash my stuff before wearing it. Okay, unless I'm in, like, a desperate moment like today where I was, like, rushing to go out and I was like, "I cannot find anywhere," and all my things are, like my place is so full of hoarded stuff that I literally couldn't open a drawer with my other dresses and my other sundresses. I was like, "We're just gonna have to wear you brand new and, unwashed." Just hope that, like, probably TikTok shop stuff, I don't know, hasn't been worn by a lot of other people, I hope. Um So the last step, like, having to wash all this stuff, like, actually brings me stress, not joy. I mean, I don't think anybody really likes to do laundry. So, yeah, yeah. Okay, let me show you my TikTok stuff before I forget. This video is going very long, which is fine because this is a new channel here, so I appreciate anyone who's stayed for this long. It's really hot. I'm, like, drinking nonstop ice water. Okay, so let me show you my TikTok shop stuff, if I can even let's see if I can find everything. Okay. I think I spent less than $60 for all of this. I almost am sure that I did. And maybe something is missing from here. But this is like this is TikTok shop stuff. I had a very insane TikTok shop phase where I still have a lot of completely brand new. I'm not even going to show it to you because it's kind of dusty because I threw it at the end of my bed. This was one of them, like this dress. It's actually really it's a nice dress. I like it. Besides the fact that I'm wearing it totally, like, wrong. You're supposed to pull this down, like, way more, but whatever. This is a maxi dress, so, like, it's all the way to the floor. It was a little bit, like, dragging on the floor a little bit, but it's amazing because it's kinda stretchy. So even though when I was walking outside today, I wanted to shield from the sun, it was all the way to my ankles and, like, to the ground, actually. But then now that I'm home, I just lift it up. So I scrunch it all the way up to be like a short sundress. But obviously you're not going to wear it like this because it looks too puffy, like on the waist area. It makes me look like fatter. So then I don't want to do this. But if from a far distance, like, you can't really see that I pulled up my skirt like this much and it's all fabric. And even if I want to, like, I could always, like, maybe put a belt or, like, wear a jacket and it'd be less noticeable. But then this dress would be, like, shorter. But either way, I absolutely love this dress. I don't know if I can show you the back. Yeah, the back's cute too. See how it's crazy? It's like one string at the back, and then it's two strings up in the front. But I swear maybe I could have actually moved these two and then tied a bow here. Oh my gosh, you know what? Oh my God, I think I just realized how you actually wear this dress. I think that this string was actually supposed to, oh my God, it's supposed to make a bow here, like a bow. And then these two strings were supposed to attach. Oh my God, I'm so dumb. Whatever. I took like a billion pictures and made a vlog just like this. So that's just going to be. But yeah, so I had this crazy TikTok phase where when I first discovered shopping on TikTok, okay, so I've shopped on Shan. I didn't buy that many things on Shan, to be honest. I just wanted to try it. And I bought like a few cardigans and like thin sheer cardigans that I liked. It was really cheap at the time. When I was shopping on Shan and madly shopping on like Temu, and I think I bought the most on TikTok Shop though. So when I was shopping on those three places, TikTok Shop, I definitely spent the most money, but I was shopping like crazy like about a year and a half ago, hitting towards maybe even like closer to 2 years. So about a year and a half ago, or at least like from 2023. Yeah, 2023, I was like going more crazy on the shopping on the Shan and the Temu and the TikTok Shop, I think. So in 2023, things were just so much cheaper because I think at that point, a lot of people were still like, ugh, you're buying something from TikTok Shop. Like, isn't that like things from China and it's like not that great, whatever. So there was like still a lot of people who wouldn't buy from there. And therefore, I think they were maybe all the little shops on TikTok Shop and all these different places. I think they were just trying to build They were trying to build like a reputation. So then they sold so many things for like actually what I deemed cheap. So some of my like thin sheer cardigans, they would be like $8, right? Whereas if I went to a mall and try to buy something sheer, it would be like 25 minimum and up, sometimes going towards $40 for like flimsy little material. And I never really bought anything that was really expensive on Shein or Temu or TikTok Shop. Like I wouldn't buy for example, like one of those nice Chanel vintage jacket looking types of like coats. I wouldn't buy those because first off, you rarely see that type of stuff. And then I just trust seeing the material like in front of me if I'm going to pay like $100. Because even at that time, like over a year and a half ago, like you would see things that look very nice and look very structured and like there's a lot of material and work and effort put into it. But then that's also like $50, $100. So they did charge a lot back then. But for the flimsier, thinner things, I would say, like these are considered flimsier, thinner dresses or whatnot, it would always be kind of cheap. So I pretty much bought this like at least a year and a half ago, maybe even 2 years. And this was like $10. Like I did not pay more than, for sure, none of my dresses, I was paying like $20 for it. Like at best, it would be like $15.99 or $16.99. So I had a really good time buying like crazy. And I already talked about it, like I think on my TikTok, my glitter, like all the glitter that I wear every single day, all the glitter on my eyes, it's all from TikTok. And even my eyelashes, I swear, are from like TikTok Shop or something. So they're all like really, really cheap. Um, but lashes, though, I feel like glitter, honestly, I cannot tell the difference from very expensive glitter, which I've also tried, and like just the cheap glitter stuff that I buy, which is literally like a tiny tube for like I was buying it for 67 cents, but after all the Trump tariffs, and like all the tariff hikes, now it's like $1, $2. Some of them I see like the same tube that I bought for 67 cents like over a year and a half ago is now like $3. So I'm really glad that I bought in bulk. I think like anything that you think is not going to go bad anytime soon, or you like a dress or you like a necklace or something, it doesn't hurt to just buy it if you think it's really, really cheap in the moment, because chances are when you check back on that website, whether it's a year ago, 2 years ago, whatever, it probably will go maybe higher in price. And I also noticed that like even a year and a half ago, a lot of outfits, like if they start to get popular and like everyone starts to buy it, then it just obviously they're going to jack up the prices and it was more expensive. So I have a lot of these dresses, sundresses, shorter dresses, more sheer looking, tighter dresses, all from TikTok Shop that I haven't even opened yet. And I probably have like at least 6 or 7 more that it's just brand new, which is fine because I'm like, oh, I got those for like 10-ish dollars. And now they're all like 20 something, $30. So with that being said, I'm going to show you some of the things that I got from TikTok Shop. Again, I can only guess the prices because I don't have the receipts on me, but I know I would not allow myself to pay like a crazy amount. I think this is an umbrella. Like, I think I couldn't resist this umbrella, and I think it was on TikTok Shop. To be honest, let me get a cutter thing. Hold on. This is hilarious. I literally forgot. I'm just going to guess because it's been so long I forgot. I think it's like a stained glass looking umbrella. Yeah, it is. And has it been raining? Yes. And I didn't even pull this out. Like, I have a T-Mobile umbrella because T-Mobile sometimes gives you stuff for like T-Mobile Tuesdays and whatnot. And I end up using my T-Mobile free umbrella. So this is the umbrella I bought. And I think there's no way I spent $30 on this, but I might have spent 20 at max, I think is what I spent. Again, a long time ago, before the tariff hikes and whatnot. So it's really nice though. I'm not going to open it because I think it's not the greatest luck if you were to open up something like an umbrella. I heard it's not the luckiest thing if you open up an umbrella indoors. But I will show you. Let me see if I can show you how you can kind of guess it. So this is like a stained glass style. So when you open it, it's just like, it looks like a giant church's window in a sense, but it's more floral patterns. It's just really, really neat. I always wanted something like this. I just like interesting umbrellas. Like I actually like it when it rains. So I was really excited to have like a really pretty umbrella. It's like aesthetics for yourself. if you like the rain and you want to have like a nice umbrella. But then I think this is also like giving to the public because you are adding to the art of rainy days, and maybe people are in a bad mood and then they'll see you walking around with a really lovely umbrella and they'll be like, wow, that's a really nice umbrella. Let me take a picture of that umbrella. That's what I would do. I also really like, so today I was at Huntington Library and I saw these girls have like, I bought a sun umbrella. I should have brought it out today. I didn't. And I'm like so hot. Like whenever I'm under the sun for too long and it's beaming, like I just get so tired. I don't know why I'm in California because it's just so hot all the time. But anyways, I saw this girl with like like I have true like UV ray protection umbrellas that I bought from China last year. I didn't bring that out. See, I have one right here actually. It's like black on the inside and whatever color on the outside, but basically it's shielding you from like the UV rays. And I saw these girls with like these really pretty, I want to say Victorian style umbrellas, and they're like white and knit. It goes really well with like sundresses like this. So I want to buy one of those just for the aesthetics. It's probably not going to do much though, like under the sun. I mean, it might do a little more than having no umbrella on, but I think it's just like really pretty for like the pictures in front of the roses. It was like in the rose garden. So there's this. I definitely paid like probably around $20 for it. And oh, okay, wait, hold on. Oh, I'm so silly. I had a case. I'm like, why am I putting it back in here? Okay, I'm gonna probably throw away that box. It gives you at least like a little cover, which is not bad. I don't really have covers for most of my umbrellas that look like this. My T-Mobile one has no cover because it's like one of those really long ones. Ugh, I miss the days back then. So I have a friend who had a friend that like worked at T-Mobile, so they would always help out in terms of like T-Mobile Tuesdays. So we would get like a lot of items. Whereas now it's like T-Mobile, whenever they're doing their T-Mobile Tuesdays, like whether they're giving away a cup or like or socks or a hat, I feel like most of the times I never get it because every time I show up at a T-Mobile, they're like, oh, we're out. And I'm like, how are you out at like 11 a.m.? Doesn't even make sense. So there's this. Made in China, of course. So I also bought this necklace. I'm actually going to wear it. You know what? Because I've just thrown it in the side for the longest time. This came together. So the umbrella, whatever this is, I think it's a shirt, and the shoes all came together. And I swear I paid like less than $60. So I think if the umbrella is, let's just give or take $20, I think this was like probably a lot less than $10 because I wouldn't pay more than $10 for this. But I remember I just really liked it because I'm like, look at that. I'm obsessed with seashells. Like, I'm obsessed with seashells and starfish. So this has, look at that. I'm not even sure if it's real. I mean, I don't know which costs more. Like to make a fake. I feel like they probably just get this. Again, I'm totally guessing. I feel like they probably would just get this from like a beach or the ocean instead of making it, because doesn't it seem like it's more work to make a fake like seashell than just having a real seashell and like digging through it? It looks like there's kind of imperfections, or unless they're just really good at making imperfections, because this looks like a cavity in my shell. And it's just like a little more like gold tone tinted. It's not actual gold. I swear this is like less than $10, I bet. I don't think I would have justified paying $20 for this necklace. I highly doubt it. But yeah, I just like, I love pearls. I love all of that. So let's see. Okay, I have like maybe too much necklaces on right now. Let's just see if I can put it on. It doesn't really go with my current Swarovski Ariana Grande necklace, but I just want to see what it looks like. Hold on. Be patient with me. Okay, after I put it on, it's going to be too much work to take it off, so I might have just like, I probably will just wear it for the rest of the day. Oh, okay, I think you hook it in here. Oh, look at that. It's cute. I think it could go with this necklace. Like, it looked like if I wore this, I feel like you would wear this. Like, this is something I would buy if I went on a trip to a beach somewhere, or I went to like Greece or something. And then if I were to see, okay, let me just remove all my other necklaces. This is too much. But let's just say, okay, I'm going to move my Swarovski little thing at the back. Okay. Oh, I flipped my necklace by accident. So, okay, that's less flashy. So I feel like this is something that I would wear or I would see on the side of a beach or whatever as like a souvenir, and then I would totally buy it. Isn't it so cute though? Okay, wait, let me flip this. Let me flip this shell. So just like two shells. Okay, I might have worn this backwards. Like, why is everything so flipped? But anyways, it's kind of like two little shells and a starfish. I mean, like a little gold tone starfish. It's so cute. I love it. Okay, I'm probably gonna wear this for like the rest of the day. It might just be too many necklaces. Okay, let me bring my. Yeah, this one's like a little extra. I'm gonna take off this one. I forgot where I got this Swarovski one from. I think my dad gifted it to me. Hold on. I think they have one, like they have a black swan. I think they have a black swan Swarovski. And then this one's the white one. Some of their items I think are classic, but I'm pretty sure they still sell these. I don't have swan. Ew. Ugh, it's like me sunscreen. That's gross. Ew. It's okay. I have a Sonic like what's it called? Jewelry cleaner. So I put my earrings, which also gets disgusting after a while, in there. But I just can't look at this, so I have to clean it right now. Sorry, OCD. I have to clean this right now, and then later I can put it into a Sonic machine, and then it'll really just like buzz out all of the dirt, which is not really dirt. It's more of just like it's more of my lotions and all the sunscreen that I choose to put on. So there you go. All right, let me unflip this. Yeah, that's not too much. I mean, it is kind of too much. Oh, I put my necklace on backwards. I mean, upside down. It's supposed to be a heart. That's probably why it's falling, because it's supposed to be a heart. Anyways, I think this is a great deal because I don't really see this often. But obviously, I know, like, if I went to China, I could probably bargain and get this for like $40, maybe 40 RMB. 40 RMB divided by like 7 is probably like $6 USD. Yeah, $6 USD can take you many places in China. So yeah, even though I know I could get it cheaper elsewhere, I didn't actually see this exact style even when I was in China, just like hanging from a wall somewhere. So I'm glad that I bought this a long time ago. And I still like it, even though I just kind of threw it in the corner. So it's kind of like sucks because like I do feel bad. I feel bad like I like it and I still like it, but that I really need it. No, I did not need this. I could live a very happy life having never bought this item, but I am still happy that I have it right now in this moment and making videos with you guys. So it's weird. Like thinking about materials and just like life and happiness, it's a very strange feeling because so much of life is just people chasing after money, people chasing after love, fame, good health, Brian Johnson living forever. So I think like there's only a few major themes in life of what people chase for, and obviously one of the major ones is money, whether fortunately or unfortunately. Um, because I don't think like I think some people will paint you out to be like the bad guy if you're like trying to make a lot of money, and I just don't agree with that. I think everything is intention, and if you want to make a lot of money because you want to do bad things with it, then that's bad. But if you want to make a lot of money because you maybe want to like help out your parents or help your family live a better life or somebody's sick in the family or who knows, maybe you just want to adopt a lot of puppies. That definitely does not make you a bad person. Or maybe you just want to make a lot of money because it makes you feel better about yourself, whatever ego issues or things that you have to work over, but you don't want to work with it and you just want to make a bunch of money and you think that that brings you happiness. And maybe you didn't actually go to therapy and you no idea what you actually want, but you think that having a lot of money just makes you happier. Go for it as long as you're not hurting anyone. That's just kind of how I view it. Um, but it's materials and things just I find it so interesting because so many of us chase for money for so many different reasons. And it's like, what do you do with the money? Nothing. You can't actually do anything with just cash. You have to like if you just make it, it's just sitting in the bank or like it's sitting in terms of crypto or you have a lot of gold bars. Congratulations. Um and it's not doing anything unless you are choosing to buy something with it. So it's almost like Money literally wouldn't mean anything in this materialistic world that we created if if we don't buy things and we don't care about things. And that is a reality that actually could have existed. So sometimes I like to think about like Doctor Strange, like all the possibilities in life that could have been, but is not, but could have been. And I think we have to accept, especially when you're feeling lost, but I it brings me joy to know that I personally believe, and you could disagree with that. It's fine. It brings me joy to know that I think our world is the way it is because it is the way it is right now. But it could and it could also be one day in the future something completely different. For example, a lot of people are talking, like, including, like, Elon Musk and a lot of folks obviously are pushing for, like, universal basic income, UBI, and that would paint, like, an entirely different world for everybody as well. Like, imagine if you're an American and every single month you are receiving, like, $2,000 without being, like, old age money or whatever. Like, imagine every person. Doesn't matter if you're, like, 18 years old or 80 years old. Imagine if every single human eventually does get UBI, which, by the way, has been tested in Europe. You can search it up. It's been tested in Europe years ago before this whole concept was brought up in 2025. Many times, many years ago, actually, it's been brought up, especially with AI and people talking about AI taking over jobs, and even doctors now coming out with videos saying that AI is probably gonna take over their jobs because a lot of AI can now detect, for example, things like mammograms, like when you, detect, like, for breast cancer, I believe that's what it is. The AI can basically see millions of images and then kinda detect when someone is in early stages and whatnot. So, yeah, that's a very realistic reality that is coming at us. Like, it's crazy to think about, but that is happening. But that's, again, another reality that is either gonna happen or maybe it will never happen, but that's gonna be life is gonna be entirely different. Just like I like to think about sometimes how the materialistic world that we live in and, like, where money is absolutely necessary. Even if you hate money and you don't wanna have to make money and you wanna, like, live in the forest, you can't because you gotta pay taxes. You have to pay taxes. We have to be civilized. So, there's just a lot of things you just need money for, right? Like, we have to make the world go. And then you also want civilized people. If you are in need, you would like cops to come. If you are something really bad is happening, you have a health issues, you do want to go to the doctors, you would like a hospital, everything to be, like, structured in a sense, right? And that costs money. And it's also, like, I don't wanna make money, like, evil because it's not, because if we didn't have these structures, it's like, "Okay, who's gonna help me out if I have a heart attack at, like, 5 AM in the morning?" If I'm not paying them, if no one is incentivized and you're not blood related to me. But again, so talking about this happiness situation, sometimes I like to think about the fact that oh, by the way, I have 2 more items to show you. I will, I swear. But sometimes I like to think about how another reality, even though this may never be a reality, it could have been, is what if, like, let's say thousands of years ago, even hundreds of years ago, somebody took over. Like, either most likely it was a man because it was all the men usually and the emperors and the soldiers. But imagine if okay, my light just went out, it's fine. Um, imagine if hundreds of years ago or thousands of years ago, an emperor or somebody like a soldier won the greatest war of all time or like a major war or the whole world was won over. And then that person said, okay, we're not going to be run by money. We're all just going to delegate. Like everyone's going to have little mini communities. And then within your mini community, you're going to have like, I don't know, 5 doctors, 5 lawyers. Like everyone's just going to like learn all these tasks that are needed. And then you're assigned those tasks and you got to do those things. And then what if, like, it's the world is not run by money? Again, I don't think that I'm not saying that that's better or worse than our current situation or anything like that. I'm just saying that that could have been, and money could have been resolved, but then it's like, "Oh, how would the world be like then?" I have no idea. It's just something I like to think about. And it would make me think, like, if because sometimes I think we almost, like, want these things, like Labubus and all these items and all these clothes because it's, like, it's pushed at you. It's like all these companies, they make money. They're like, "Oh, you should definitely buy this necklace or wear this dress. It'll make you feel better about yourself, and, like, you'll look better, and if you look better, you'll be happier." But all these things are benefiting someone, so of course they're pushing it at you. It's marketing. It's sales. So that because the world goes round in a way where everybody wants money, therefore these companies that want your money will then push things at you, and then you end up maybe being more materialistic or maybe wanting more things than you actually need because it's just the game and it's like a system and it just keeps going. So, overall, I guess my current views on it. Oh, wait, I have another light. I messed up last time. I forgot to do this. I was like, my light went out and I just kept talking and then I didn't charge the second light. Okay, hold on. Let me charge my second light. Thank you guys for anybody who's here, by the way. Boo boo. I enjoy going to coin shows to see the historical aspect of money, rare coins, rare gold, and silver items. That is so cool. I've never gone to a coin show. I don't even know where to begin to go to a coin show. But that sounds interesting. Did you know? I mean, you probably know this because you go to coin shows. I once, so like the last time I was in this airplane, I was actually chatting with the person sitting next to me. Usually I don't because I feel like a lot of people don't want to chat. But if you want to chat with me and you see me in the plane, like I will chat with you. Unless I'm really tired, then I'm just gonna like fall asleep. But I was sitting next to this lady and I think she was traveling in California. She's not actually from California. And she was saying to me how she went to a diner, like a diner restaurant in LA. And she was like, "Oh my God, I got a bunch of wheat pennies." And I was like, "What the heck is a wheat penny? Miss, can you show me a picture?" And she was like, "Yeah, yeah." And then she Googled it because she had it, I think she had it in a coin purse, but then she gave it to her husband who was getting somewhere else. And then she was saying to me, like, so she Googled it. So you could just search up wheat pennies, and wheat pennies are really expensive because they're like you literally there's like little wheat edges, like a design on the penny. And she's like, if you find one of these, they could be worth up to like thousands of dollars. So she was just given that as change at some like random restaurant in California. And she was like, "Oh my God." And she kept them and she's like, she's going to sell it on eBay. And I started talking to her about eBay because at that point I already had like an eBay account. And I was like, yes. I was like, you should totally do it. I'm like, there's tons of things you can sell on eBay, miss. And then she was like, yeah, I know. She's like, I use eBay, but I usually just buy stuff. I'm like, well, girl, you can't just buy things. You also got to sell things, especially if you have too many things and you might as well just make extra money. So anyways, that was like a whole other thing where I was trying to teach her how to do like eBay on all that. But I thought that was really interesting to learn that there are certain pennies out there that are worth money. Because I do like to collect coins. Like I'm not just that educated with it. So if I saw a wheat penny, I probably would have just maybe given it out. But recently, for the last couple of years, I kept hearing in the news, and now I guess we officially know that they're just going to stop making pennies after the last few batches, is what our American news say. But I remember even for like the last couple of years, I kept hearing in the news like, oh, pennies are eventually going to stop. Pennies are eventually going to stop. And we pretty much never really get change because I'm always using my credit card anyways. So for the last couple of years of my life, I've always just been collecting pennies. So if someone were to give me a penny, I'm not gonna spend it. I have a jar and I'm just like throw it to the side. I'm like, copper, maybe it'll be worth more. Sorry, I forgot what I was talking about earlier. I forgot what I was talking about. Something about money. Yeah, money and happiness. I'm gonna sum it up as I think I think it is foolish to say that money doesn't buy happiness if you are really, really wealthy and you're talking to someone who is born into a family that doesn't even own a house, living paycheck to paycheck, paying rent, can barely make it. Maybe they were born into debt. I think it's very naive for someone to tell another person who came from such a rough upbringing and hardship, say, like, oh, yeah, like money doesn't buy happiness. Like, when you're just in a position of a lot of money that you maybe didn't even earn, right? Maybe you're a trust fund baby. To me, I think that's very naive, very cold, and I would not recommend doing that. Um, But I think it's your right to say that you don't think money buys you happiness if you just try to buy it and it doesn't get you happiness. Overall, as someone like my perspective, and let me know yours and maybe where you're coming from if you feel like it. My perspective as somebody who was never born with money, I think money can't buy you everything in the world. I think love cannot be bought with money. Real friendship cannot be bought with money. Loyalty, true loyalty cannot be bought with money. Real admiration, talent cannot be bought with money. There's so many things in the world that cannot be bought with money, and all those things that I just listed, a lot of them either bring happiness or is, like, the sole happiness for some people, because some people just want love. They just want love, and you can't buy, like, love with happiness. Like, you can't buy love with money. So, unfortunately, I think it depending on what you want out of life, what you think truly makes you happy and brings you joy, maybe money can buy it. But most likely, I think money can't buy y full total happiness. But with that being said, I think someone who is chasing after love, 2 people that are chasing after love or chasing after a certain career goal or an invention to change the world, 2 people with the same goal, one has a lot of money and the other one doesn't, I think it's pretty clear who's gonna be happier. You'll have a higher chance of being happier if you can pay for your shelter, pay for your clean water and food and medicine when you need it, and be able to take care of the family around you and your dog or your cat or your goldfish. Like, so at the end of the day, for me, I think in a general way of speaking, money does buy happiness in the sense where you will be in an automatic better situation with more options in life, probably more hours of sleep if you have more money than somebody else who does not have any of that. So therefore less options, less opportunity, less time to even think and ponder about happiness. I've realized like later in life that when you have a lot of time on your hands, that's or me myself especially, when I have more time on my hands, I actually think about the point of life, whether I'm happy or not, when I'm depressed and unhappy, why I feel this way. All of those are a luxury because I have had a time in my life where I worked 3 jobs and I slept 4 to 5 hours a day. You don't have the luxury to think about anything. The only thing you're thinking about is why are my feet so heavy when I walk around because they're like swollen when you don't get enough sleep. And you're wondering why you're getting like a random skin rash, probably why you're not getting enough sleep. That's what I got. And you don't think about like whether you're happy or not or the point of life. Like you're just trying to get by. That is the realities of it. So I do think that for me and for most people, money does make a huge difference and it makes you have the ability to even ponder more about life, and I do think in a sense that is better. Better, not even happier, but just, like, straight up better. There's also a saying of, like, it's better to be crying in a mansion than crying in a box on the street, living on the street, right? Um, but I also think, like, you don't need I at least I don't think I need, like, $1 billion. Does that make sense? You also at the end of the day, I still think it's your mental health that is your true wealth because clearly, if you just look up any story around the world, like I've seen a lot of news, whether it's in Asia or in America, and you'll be able to find a lot of famous people or famous people's rich, wealthy children. Um, there's a lot of sad stories out there. I'm not gonna go into detail. You pretty much probably know what I'm talking about. If money truly bought all the happiness and joy in the world, then there wouldn't be so many people who are wealthy beyond, like, imaginable and still there's a lot I think mental health very important. Doesn't matter how much money you have because if you have terrible mental health or you don't have a good view on life or you don't appreciate things, then giving you $10 billion is not gonna make you any happier. I think true happiness still comes from, like, within, from understanding the world and being appreciative of the world than anything else, but I do think that having the things that you want is better than, like, constantly like, let's say I'm driving and I am. Let's say I'm driving a Toyota and it's, like, 30 grand or whatever, and it's a beat up car. Do I look at the person who's, like, driving by in a Bentley or, like, even a Tesla Model X, which is way better? Well, actually, that's subjective because I think some people don't wanna drive Teslas. Or Mercedes Benz, or BMW. I do look over at those cars and I'm like, I wanna have that car because it looks better, it looks more comfortable, it looks better on the outside, it looks like people would think I have my life more together, or my parents would even think I have my life more together or more successful and blah, blah, blah if I was driving that car. So, there's so many reasons, not just, like, from the outside view perspective of why I would want that car, it's also myself having been inside, like, a Mercedes, other people's Mercedes and BMWs and being like, "Oh, this is a nice car." Like, leather seats versus I think it's a leather seats for me, and I also really like the red leather, like, backing, which you don't have in a Toyota Prius. So, I think these things, like, the the wanting of it, and then one day if I do actually end up buying it, that will bring me happiness. It's just not gonna make me, like, go from a level, let's say I would rate my happiness out of 1 to 10, even though that's not really normal. I would say I'm like 8 out of 10. I'm not 10 out of 10 because I don't think I wake up every day being like, "Oh my god," like, screaming on the top of my lungs, like, "I'm so thankful." So, I'm trying to appreciate more. I am, but I think I'm like a maximum 8 out of 10. So, I don't think that if I went from a Toyota Prius to, let's just say, I don't even know, like a Bentley, which I think is like $200,000 in a driveway or whatever, I don't think that's gonna bring me from 8 to 10, unfortunately. I think that's gonna bring me from 8, honestly, to maybe an 8.5 at best in terms of happiness level. So I think it will obviously, like, make myself feel good, but because I also recognize that those are just things, and when people look at me, they're not gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, I wanna be like her." They just want my item. So there's just, like, no extra respect for you or anything, or maybe there'll be a little respect, they'll be like, "Oh, how did you do it?" And if, let's say, I earn my money, like, in a way where they find very like, something that they would respect, then or they think that I'm really smart for doing it or whatever, then maybe they wanna be me, I don't know. But, to me, it's more like, okay, it's just an item that a lot of people want, and it's like, okay, now my family's, like, happier that I have this item, and I'm happier because I have better rides in it, but it's just an item type of thing, so I feel like if I'm already at, like, an 8 happiness level, it'll bring me to 8.5, so it's not something, like, I absolutely need. Like, I will say right now, I don't know if I'll ever get that, like a Mercedes-Benz or a BMW or whatever. I probably still want a Tesla just because I want it to drive me instead of me driving myself. Hopefully one day if we'll see how like, full self-driving goes if we ever get it. Um, but yeah, I don't think it'll bring me, like I might not ever do it. I might not ever get, like, that crazy fancy car because to me, it's like, maybe I just don't need it. Maybe it just won't make that big of a difference. So it's just like a plus. It's like a cherry on top. But some things I will say, like, I've wanted it like, when I was younger, I'm like, "I really, really want" so I'm not wearing it right now. Um, but when I was, like, 17, 18, or 19, I forget, I was, like, a teenager and I first started to get obsessed with, like, the brand Tiffany, so, like, jewelry brand, um, there was this, like, one key necklace that I really liked, you could look it up, it's, like there's so many key necklaces that are, like, made of gold and diamond, and I remember it was, like, 2,000 something dollars at the time. Now it's gone up because every couple of years, inflation and whatnot, it goes up. I think it's, like, maybe 3,000 or closer to $3,000 now, and I remember, like, I just told myself, like, as a teenager, I'm like, "I really want that. I need that." Like, I just really like the look of it, and I was like, "If I buy that, that means I've achieved something." Like, the young age of not even 21, and before I turned 21, I did buy that necklace with my own money. Like, I worked. I worked part-time jobs, not just to get the necklace, but because I was working part-time jobs. I like making money, saving money, and then I had enough, and then I bought it for myself, so I was very, very proud, and to this day, I'm basically middle-aged at this point. To this day, I am still like, I look back at that necklace, that Tiffany necklace, which I will never throw away. I look at that necklace and I'm like, "It's a symbol." Like, it's just an item, I know, but it's a symbol of I wanted something that I found pretty, whatever, that's just aesthetically pleasing, but I really wanted something and I made it happen. So that item then just turned it's like more than material. It became something sentimental to me, and that's why I love it. So I think like when we tie sentimental value to things and then it is pricier, let's say, because obviously gold and diamonds last longer than like things that will rust, um, just plain stainless steel or whatever, or just even silver, because that's just gonna get tarnished. I mean, you could wash it again and, like, make it cleaner, but easier to get tarnished. I think those things truly do bring me happiness, but in a different way, not just like, "Oh my god, it's so nice. Let me buy this, like, expensive handbag, and this handbag just brings me so much joy." I think, like, for me, it's more like I tie it to, "Okay, that was that point in my life. This is what I wanted. I got it for myself." Like, it's a feeling of, like, I'm independent. I can do it myself. I got something that I really, really wanted on my own. But, of course, not every single piece of item in my life is like that, and that's why I feel like I there's more of a disconnect. Like, there's other items where like, for example, this ring. There's a little sentimentalness to it because I remember when I bought it, the sales girl was like, "Oh, it's open." You see that? How it's like it's open, it doesn't fully close, and she was obviously, like, a salesperson in China, and she was, like, trying to convince me to buy I was already gonna buy it, but the girl was like, "Oh my gosh, it's open." And she knew I was, like, a little superstitious, so she was like, "Oh, it's open, that means it's lucky." I still have no idea if that's even true, by the way, but she was like, "It's open, that means it's lucky, so if you buy, you're gonna have good luck," and I was like, "Oh, yeah, that's everything I like." I fall for luck stuff. If you tell me this stuff makes money and it's lucky, Imma do it. So, anyways, I like this to me is not as sentimental. So if I were to lose this ring, which hopefully I don't ever, but if I were to lose it or if I run out of money, I need to sell it, I'm okay with it because it's not that much sentimental value. There's like I don't even remember exactly how old I was when I did it. It was just something that I had the means to buy and I just bought it. Then I was like, "It's cute." So it doesn't really mean anything. Whereas the other necklace is, like, very meaningful to me. Or if someone buys me a gift, like my SO bought me this, but I actually wanna buy it myself. So I'm kinda pissed that he bought it for me, because I'm like, I wanna buy it and see myself in it. It's also something I wanted for a long time, but not, like, that sentimental. It was just something I really wanted because I watched, like, this one K-drama, and then this one main character girl had it, and I was like, "I want that." And then I had to wait, like, literally like 10 years until I was capable of buying it, and then he's like, "Oh, let me buy it for you." So now like, I see it and I see him, and I also see the me that wanted it, but then I very much can afford that myself, so then I'm like, "Okay, well, I still feel good about it because I was about to buy it, but he just did it." So, yeah. Let me know if you gotten this far, how you feel about, like, money buying happiness, or do you think money buys happiness? Because overall, I do think money makes people happier. I don't think it buys 100% happiness is how I would go about it. Nothing can truly buy you 100% happiness, I think, because happiness is like an emotion and it's like all mental. So I think a lot of it is like it's almost like a puzzle that you have to figure out for yourself. Like no one can teach you. There's so many self-help books and there's so many conversations and podcasts on about happiness. And I think those can maybe be a catalyst or help you get to the point that you want to be at. But in the end, it is seriously, like, a journey on your own is what I believe. I think, like, happiness is just, like, a journey entirely solo, and you have to truly want it, and you have to find it, like, what makes you happy, and figure out ways to, like, attain it and feel it, and it's okay if you're not happy every second of the day. I don't think that's I don't even think I've ever seen that in my life. Like, you don't have to be happy every second, it's just an emotion. 'Cause even if you're okay, and I think if I was never sad in my life, to be honest, like, I never had the dark moments that I did have and the sad moments, I wouldn't be able to truly appreciate when I'm really, really happy. And I'm like, "Whoa," compared to those dark days, like, "Man, this is like a whole new world," is actually what some of the things that I think about. Bobo, I love your name. Health is also very valuable and for me time. Yeah. Time, health, longevity, that is also I mean, I don't know if you know Brian Johnson, the tech billionaire who's now all about living forever, and he says that he does believe that I think we're in a generation where we're gonna live forever, something that a lot of very powerful and wealthy people in the past, including emperors, have tried. So, may the odds be in his favor. Time and appreciation of life, I think, is also, like, tied in. I think that, like, a part of why we also appreciate life maybe so much more than we would if we were, like, gods and, like, we live forever is, I think, like, the vulnerability too. Like, we're vulnerable to illnesses, we're vulnerable to so many things in life, and, like, life is short. Like, now there's people I think who can live to, like, 120 years old, right? Like, up to 2025. I think there's been cases where people lived, like, 120 or over, but most of us aren't that lucky, right? Not everybody's walking around outside, like, 120 years old. So I think it's bittersweet, but in a sense, it makes us appreciate the time that we have. All right. I've been doing this for a very long time, so I'm going to show you my next item. I'm almost done on my TikTok haul. So I only showed you this necklace and the umbrella, but I paid about $60 on TikTok. I should show you this first before I show you my shoes. This is a top that I have no idea what it looks like. I didn't know it was a top until I looked closer. But this was also bought on TikTok. Oh my God. See what I mean? I told you guys I have the guts to buy these crop tops, but I don't have the stomach or the body, in my own opinion, to wear it. Because everyone's different. Someone else might wear this and they don't care about what their stomach looks like. I do. I would like my stomach to be like, I don't want a six pack or anything, but I would like it to be very flat and curved in, preferably, which it's not. I'm like sucking in right now, by the way. So yeah, I love these tops and I love this color green. Okay. I like the color green. It's not like it looks great on me. I just like really like to look at the color. So sometimes I just buy things because I like it. Not that it necessarily compliments me in any way. But I think this looks better than me on me than the magenta colors. For some reason, like the dark purplish, it just doesn't, or the dark pink purple doesn't work. So I just like how like cute it is. It's like white on the sides. I think this would go really well with like a jean, like a either jeans, long light blue jeans, or even jean short shorts. So I don't know. I'm gonna work on my summer body, so hopefully I can eventually wear more of the crop tops that I spend money on. I don't even know how much that was. I for sure would not pay more than $10 as well. So I think that was probably like $6.99 or something. Because when I bought it on TikTok, again, it was like a long time ago. Okay, and these are my shoes that I didn't even take out of the box. This is brand new. I think the shoes were also around $20 because I remember only paying $60 in total for all my TikTok stuff. So that sounds about right. Definitely like under $20. I hope it fits. I mean, I bought my size, I'm sure. Let's see what it's like. Oh, I remember why I bought these. Because I like white shoes and I wanted something like elegant-ish, and I was curious how comfortable a TikTok shoe would be. And this one is like, it's like a satin-ish material. Silky smooth, and it has a bow. Honestly, it doesn't look, I wasn't expecting more. Like, if I didn't tell you how much this shoe was, maybe you'll think it's like $30-40, but this is like definitely like around 20 something. Maybe it was 25, but definitely not $40. I just hope it fits. But I remember I was convinced because I just really like this, because I'm like, man, that's like a bracelet. It almost looks like a bracelet, but it's like for your ankle. Oh my God, I don't even know how to put it on. I like the bow. Dude, I actually don't know how to put it on. Wait, is it stretchy? What the heck? Oh my God, do we have to undo the bow to wear it? Oh my God, you do. Oh, you have to undo the bow in order to put your feet in. Okay, I guess that's fine. I would have preferred it if there was some type of latch, but I'm gonna try it. I'm not gonna like stick my feet up afterwards, but I'm curious. I know I bought my right size, but I'm like, basically, it's so weird. I don't know if you guys have like My feet is really weird because I swear I was always a 7, and then I started to like be 7.5, I think, and then and this is all after 18, like after I turned 18. So I always thought I was 7, and then I became 7.5. I don't know, maybe I gained weight or whatever. But then there was a point in time where I would only buy shoes that were size 8. So I guess like depending on the heel and whatnot, I could be 7, 7.5, or an 8. Oh my gosh. Okay, these are actually fitting. Yay. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, they're actually, wait, I don't know if they're comfortable though, but oh, not bad. Not bad. Okay, let me see if I could just like kick it up and show you guys. Okay, wait, oh my god. I haven't worked out, so I don't even know. Okay. wait. I have to go further. Oh my god, I hope I don't break something. With my luck, I will break the shoe. Okay, wait, let me move the shoe. The other one. I'm sure the other one will fit, unless they gave me 2 different sizes. See that? I fit it. Ah! It fits. And then you can tie up like the little bow. Oh my gosh. Adorable. Yeah, it's not bad. Oh my gosh. I'm actually pretty impressed by this. I was expecting like really cheap material because I'm like, oh, it's only like 20 something dollars. But do you see that bump? That's a little bump because there's like there's a little padding in there. It's a little comfortable. There's not even a brand. Wait, EU 38. Is that size 7.5? I can never figure out like these European sizes or whatever. Is 38 7.5 or an 8? Hold on, let me Google that. I think it's 7.5, but maybe it's an 8. Why can't they just make 38 like an 8? Okay, it's okay. People Google this too, so I'm not that dumb. 38 EU to US. What is EU 7.5 to 8? What? So they can't even give me a proper number. It says 7.5 to 8. So I guess that's more of my size. But I'm pretty happy with this. I mean, it's not like I walked around for like a full day, so I can't really say this is like the best pair of shoes ever. But I like it. It's really like, I'm actually pretty impressed. Happy with my purchase. I mean, I'm happy that I bought it before like all the tariff hikes and stuff. So super cute. Okay, but I'm going to put it back in the box because I'm not kidding you guys. Like, I'm hoarding so hard that I think like, you know how there's like those hoarder shows? I mean, there's a show about everything, right? There's like cheapskate shows where I watched, I think like I seen this like a clip on TikTok where like some lady reuses her marinara sauce when she eats spaghetti and then she like puts it back. I'm like, disgusting. But then I feel judgy, you know, because like maybe if I was trying really hard to save a buck, then I would do that. It's really hard not to judge, you know, but then I feel bad about judging, but then I'm like, come on. So I don't really get mad if other people judge me. I'm like, you know, we all judge each other. It's okay. Just don't be mean. Just don't be a really mean person for no reason. Okay, so these are my shoes. These are my TikTok shoes. It's just going to go back in the box like it was sitting in the box for like pretty much more than half a year. But I really like it. Like, that is so worth it. Like, I like to buy cheap like things. Like, do I want Louboutins? Do I want the red bottom shoes that everybody raps about and sings about on songs? Yes, I do. I don't have any. But if I were to see it on sale and I actually could fit into one and it was like, because I think Louboutins are like thousands of dollars, or like I could go like $1,000, $2,000. Some Louboutins maybe like 800-900. If it was like $1,000 for a pair of like Louboutin heels, red bottom, and if I could score that on like a deal, and if I could get it for like, I don't know, 400, 500, I don't think I'll get that lucky, but I think I might buy one for 400 or 500 just because I've been like wanting it for so long. But I think one pair would be okay, unless like it depends on like how much money you have, because like if I won the lottery and I have like $20 million, then I think like all my shoes could be $1,000 and it wouldn't be that big of a deal, because your money, like 10 grand sitting in the bank, even at 5% APY, that's like what, $500,000 a year? Yeah, around that. So you're getting like basically like through interest, like $500,000 a year, which would be nuts. That's like so many pairs of shoes. So I think can't really judge other people, I guess, based like the way they act, the things that they wear is based off of, it makes sense. It's a ratio to what they have. But you can judge, I do believe, when people don't have that much money and they're just trying to, like, use their rent money just to, like, look that rich. Then it's kinda silly, in my opinion. Um, but yeah, I like these shoes. I think this was a good purchase. I've gone to Eldo many times and on sale, and I haven't seen something like this, which I thought was really cute for, like, only 20 because, again, whether it's inflation and tariffs and, like, just the last couple of years, I'm not finding really cheap things like that on TikTok Shop anymore, on Temu or on Shein, so let me know if you are finding that because 'cause I'm not. This was purchased, like, again, at least half a year ago or longer. Hopefully, maybe things will change and it's gonna be cheaper again, but I feel like it was also cheaper back then, to be honest, because they were I saw this post about, like, doing research about, like, Temu and Shein, and they were saying that these companies were basically losing some money at one point, because allegedly they were trying to just, like, compete for customer base. So they were competing for all of us to buy things on like, from them because it's chances are you buy once, maybe you'll buy twice and whatnot. So they were giving a lot of discounts and promos, and, I mean, clearly I bought a lot. Um, but yeah, I just talked for, like, almost 2 hours. Thank you guys so much for all of you guys that joined this crazy long live stream. There will definitely be more. I just think, like, I hope you enjoy it. Yeah. These are just honestly, like, unscripted thoughts. All my videos are very unscripted. There's not, like, a teleprompter where I'm, like, speaking from. I don't even write notes on what I'm talking about. Maybe I should. Maybe. It's because, like, oh god, I'm telling you, sometimes I speak and then I, like, almost as, like, a third person, like, I'll, like, hear myself say it in real life, and I'm like, "Wait, why did you just say that?" And that doesn't really make sense. Like, I was never really good at, like, English class, and I think I sucked at writing essays. So I feel like I hope that through all this talking, all the many, many live streams I do, and I'm gonna try to read more books. I have some couple of classic books like Wuthering Heights on the way, so, um, I've never read it, but I heard it's famous. So hopefully with more, trying to perfect my reading and maybe vocabulary and conciseness and, like, reading other people's writing, I'm hoping to be a better speaker one day and just, like, present my thoughts better because I feel like I have so many thoughts that I wanna share in case somebody can connect to it or it could help in any simple way. Or just be entertaining, but I wanna make more sense. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like I just don't make enough sense. Um, so I'm just, like, normally blabbing on, and that's okay. I think it's okay to just, like, say whatever because I'm just being real with you, but then I also just wanna not run around in circles repeating the same thing I just said, and I wanna say, like, different things. So, yeah. User 1 says, "How much money do you think you need to never have to work ever again?" So funny you bring that up, user 1, because I was just talking about that with my friends. Um, okay, so I don't know if you guys know my past, like, if you watch my older videos on my second channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel, Spam a Subi Boo Boo. This is my second channel and the main one. Link down below to the main one, or you could just search Living with Lucy, Luci. That's the main channel's name. So 4 years ago, almost 4 years ago, that's when I was, like, trading really heavy stocks and crypto. At one point in time, my trading portfolio unrealized gains, meaning I didn't actually have that money in cash. My unrealized gains for my crypto portfolio and trading stocks and whatnot, just on one account alone, was pretty much like 2.6 million, give or take. That was, like, the wealthiest I've ever felt in my life because, again, I did not come from money. I earned my own money, like, literally blood, sweat, and tears. Like, I was getting paid $20 an hour right before I started to trade really heavily. Like, I saved the money that I worked for $20 an hour, and then I saved that money, um, then I eventually end up trading with it and then just making more money and then trading more. So at that point in time with the 2.6 million, even though that's pre-taxes and I didn't actually cash out, then it all tanked to, like, way below a million. And actually, like, around 300,000 only at one point. Um, I think a part of me is just really ridiculously competitive with myself. So I think for a while I was telling my friends and I was telling my family, I'm like, "Oh my god, I need to surpass that. Like, I need to get to, like, 3 million one day in terms of trading portfolio or just full on cash, like, after cashing out." I was like, "I need to get to, like, 3,000,000 or I don't really think I'm gonna be that happy because I'll always feel like I'm losing to my past." But then I think that's really s like, now I think that's really stupid because imagine making a mistake in your life, or it's not even a mistake, it was just like, a lot of people are gonna say I made a mistake, and I do wish I could go back in time and sell it at the all-time high, blah, blah, blah. But I think it's the craziest thing if you had a moment in your life where maybe you were the richest, or you had like $100,000,000, or maybe you had the love of your life and then something happened and now you're single and you can't find anyone else to love and you're just like, "Oh my god, my life is terrible." I don't believe in thinking like that because everybody ages, our health declines. So it's almost like life is a trick, or it's funny that it just we're all on this like almost downward slope naturally, and it doesn't make sense to look back at one moment in time and be like, "I have to surpass that." You could try, and I could still try, and I will. But even if I don't ever surpass that, like, let's say for my whole life, I'll never even have $1,000,000 in the bank. Let's say that's my reality. I don't think that I need to, like, hate my life for it. Where at one point I was just being really dumb and trying to think like that, you know? So I think, yeah, we shouldn't put stress on ourselves, even if at one point in time, like, you had something really great, maybe really beautiful, or you were really beautiful, or now you're not as beautiful, or you just felt like you had everything at one point and then you lost a lot of it or half of it or partial, and you just start to, like, resent life. I think the whole saying of better to have smiled than to have never, what is that saying? You know what I mean? Like, better to have smiled than to have never smiled, or better to have had a reason to smile than to have never smiled ever. You can apply that to everything. So it's just better to have had than to not have had at all. And even if you have lost what you had, seasons change, baby. World goes round, and we just have to accept that that is just life. Um, I one more question, then I gotta go. What do you think about the idea of comparing your wealth to other people's wealth? I think it's natural. Like, I think unless you are super zen, which I'm not there, okay? Like, unless you are so zen, your mind is, like, on level 999 of your reality and our whole world, and you're just so smart, and you're, like, so capable to, like, kinda wipe away most of human feelings out there. I think it's hard to wipe away, like, comparison and jealousy, but I do believe there are people out there who can. I'm not one of those people. So I think it's okay. I think a little bit of competition here and there is fine. I just think, again, it's like how much how wild you go about it. I definitely will not recommend, like I will compare with, like, everybody. Like, with celebrities I don't know, random people on X I don't know, and I'll compete with everything, and I'll even compete with my friends, but only in my mind, where I'm like, "Oh," okay, let's say, like, me and my friend were both trying to lose weight or whatever. I'll obviously think like, I hope I succeed." Like, I hope they succeed too, but I hope I succeed first. You know, I'll feel good about it, right? Because, like, I'm competitive by nature. Um, and then in terms of, like, money, of course, I know people with, like, way more money than me, and, would I like to be the richest of every single person that I've ever known in my life, including, like, from kindergarten and onwards? Yeah. Do I actually from the heart want to be, like, wealthier than Elon Musk? No. I actually don't. And it took me a while to realize, and I was like, "No, my god," like, I would literally walk around, like, feeling like I have a target on my back, whereas I'd rather just be, like, a regular person who's just, like, chill. I mean, I make all these videos. I like to be more famous? Yes. Would I like to have 1,000,000 subscribers someday? Yes. Do I actually want to be, like, the most followed person in the world? Probably not, because then I feel like, again, you're just more stressed out. You're just more stressed out. So I think it's okay to compare if you do it in a healthy way, like, "Oh my gosh, this celebrity has, uh, maybe this item, maybe this house that I want," or maybe your friend has all these items that you want, and you want it too, so go fight for it, like, in a healthy way. Go and try your best, but then also understand that if you can't ever get it, that's okay. Like, you can't not like, not everyone is, because then everyone thinks like that. I recognize that everyone thinks like that. So if I can think like that and be like, "Oh, I wanna compete with person A, B, C, D. I wanna be better than them," there is someone else out there, like, even if I do become person A, B, C, D for someone else, then they're gonna look at me and might be like, "Oh, I'm gonna surpass them." So it never really ends. It never really ends, and that therefore, I think it's okay. There will always be someone that is better than you in some way, shape, or form. Maybe not every aspect, like they're beating you out on every aspect, but there's gonna be someone that looks better than you. There's gonna be someone who achieved what you achieved, but at a younger age. There's gonna be someone who's more talented than you, and just the list goes on. So I feel like you have to accept that, because if you don't accept that, it's a pretty tiring life. So I accept that I'm just never gonna be perfect. I never was perfect. I can strive for my own, with my own abilities the best I can, and that's about it. So, um, comparing to other people is what brings the most unhappiness. Yeah, agreed. Comparison is the thief of joy. I'm so bad at some of these things. But yes, comparison is the thief of joy is what they say, and I do agree with that. But at the same time, because I also recognize that throughout my life, like literally from childhood, I've never been able to, like, overcome it. As much as I think I'm viewing it in a way where I'm recognizing all my feelings, and I sometimes think it's silly, it doesn't actually go away. Like, I still get jealous of, like, random people, but I try to control it in a way where I'm like, "Okay, I realize that I am honestly just, like, pretty basic like everybody else." Like, we all get jealous of things that we want, but then it's on how we act that makes us different. Like, some people might do vicious things to each other, and then other people might just be like, "Alright, well, they have more than me. Okay, great." And then some people might not even be jealous at all. They'll just be like, "Okay, great for them." And I don't even think that comparison and jealous is it depends on how you act. So, like, the way I see it is that when someone I admire and I think is kind and a good soul, when they have nice things, I wish I had it, but then I'm, like, truly happy for them that they got these things because I think it's good karma. I believe in karma personally. So I think when someone is good and they get good things in the world, I feel like they deserve it. But when someone who is, I deem, not a good person, doesn't have good morals and maybe even a little evil, whatever, and if they have nice things and I don't feel happy for them. I'm just like, "Oh, okay. Like, that's good for you, but, like, I'm not gonna, like, look at you much." You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's healthy and there's unhealthy, and some people get very unhealthy when, like, let's say, looking at other people's social media posts, whether it's friends or strangers, and they're like, "I can't handle it anymore," and they have to, like, get off of social media, and I just don't really get that because 'cause I'm like, "But that's on you." Like, no one is making you look at just don't look at them. Like, I know we have the platform, but there's so many you can look at pictures of, like, cute ducks and baby dogs. No one's forcing you to look, and, like, those people aren't gonna disappear just because you stopped swiping and finding them, right? Just don't look, or even if you see it, don't let it, like, make you feel any type of way. I think that's actually better than trying to, like, fully avoid and, like, get off a platform. That's just my personal take. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me and watching this crazy long haul. I now have to clean up the total mess that I made. But thank you. I appreciate all of you guys. Smash like button on the way out. Thank you so much for helping me watch my videos, gain these hours because as you know, it's hard on here and this is the second channel of mine. Definitely check out the main one and I'll be back. I'll be posting videos, regular videos here, random videos. This is just like my other outlet. Thank you. Take care, guys. It was nice meeting you all. Bye.